Today we're going to be looking at comparing and ordering integers. Number lines are very handy when thinking of this. Look at this number line. 0 is in the middle. To the right of 0 are positive numbers. To the left of 0 are negative numbers. I'll throw a couple in just to make sure we know what I'm talking about. Facts about number lines: the farther you move to the right, the greater the number becomes. The farther you move to the left, the lesser or smaller the number becomes. When looking at negative numbers, the larger the negative number, the smaller its value. Think about it. Would you rather owe $10 to someone or owe $3 to someone? The owing $10 makes negative 10 smaller than the negative 3. Some important vocabulary and symbols we need to know. This first one is greater than. The second one is less than. And I like to say, if you hold your left hand up and make an L, left, less than. There's not really a trick for the right one. The next one, I see a greater than sign, but there's a line underneath it that looks like an equal sign. This is called greater than or equal to. The next one, that's a less than sign. But it also has the equal to underneath it. So it's less than or equal to. When comparing two positive numbers, the larger number always has a greater value. This is what we've been doing since you started school. So this is kind of new. When comparing a positive to a negative, the positive number will always be larger. The next one says, when comparing two negative numbers, the smaller number or the number closer to 0 will always have a greater value. And I'll go ahead and put it up here. Here is 0. Would you rather owe negative 10 or negative 3? The 3 is greater than, the negative 3 is greater than negative 10. Basically, the farther a negative number is from 0, the smaller its value. So let's look at this in practice. We need to suggest integers for each number line. Notice these number lines don't all have 0. The top one, in fact, has a negative 101. What is a number that could be to the left of a negative 101? Well, I'm going to throw out here negative 110. It is to the left. In fact, a number that will be way, way over here is 0. That 0 helps me look at it and understand it. All right, here's another number line. I see negative 75. The number that would be way over here to the right would be 0. So to the left of negative 75 means I'm actually getting smaller, but my integer absolute value is getting larger. Let's go negative 80. That makes sense because this would be negative 1, negative 2, and so on. So that does make sense. All right. So the third one says negative 1001. Well, I know I've got to have a 0 somewhere over here, so I'm just going to go and put a 0 right here. That makes sense to me. It is a greater number, and 0 is greater than any negative number. The last number line, we have a 0 all the way to the right. So we need to pick any number we want to do to the left. That means it has to be a negative number. So I'm just going to throw in negative 20. Looking at the next slide, we're going to have to use these symbols. This one's this one's less than, and this one is greater than. Looking at these numbers on a number line, negative 107 and negative 101. Pay attention. They reverse the order on us. How is this negative 101 compared to negative 107? Well, think about it this way. The bigger numbers or greater numbers will be here, and the smaller numbers or the lesser numbers are here. So negative 107 is less than negative 101, but in the order they gave us, I need to say that negative 101 is greater than negative 107. The second one, negative 75 is here, and negative 69 is here. I know 0 is way over here. I'm just going to add it so I can look at it. I know I'm getting smaller going this way. So negative 75 is less than negative 69. All right, and the last one, I have a negative 1001 and negative 1002. Negative 1001 right here is to the right of negative 1002. If it is to the right, that means it is greater than, and the order they want me to go is negative 1001 is greater than negative 1002. All right, let's compare these two integers. I'm going to, real quick, make a little cheat sheet for myself. That means greater than. This means less than. So negative, and I'm probably going to write myself a number line up here. And here is 0. Negative 17 would be about right here, and then negative 19 would be about right here. So negative 17 is greater than, it's closer to 0 than negative 19. Which one would be closer to 0, negative 99 or negative 109? Well, negative 109 is going to be farther away because it has a bigger absolute value to the left. So negative 99 is greater than negative 109. All right, make a quick one here. Negative 14. There's 0. Negative 14 is going to be out here. Negative 13 would be somewhere in here. I'm looking at negative 14 first. It is to the left, so it's less than negative 13. Let's go right here to negative 108 and negative 111. I'm going to use a number line. Here's my 0. Negative 108 would be there. Negative 111 would be there. So I need to look at negative 108 first because that's what it told me to look at. It's to the right of it, so it's to the greater than negative 111. All right, here's 0. Where would negative 8 fall? About right there. Negative 5 would have to be between 0 and negative 8. So negative 8 is to the left, so it's less than. Last one. There's 0. Negative 250 would be somewhere out here, but I have negative 375. That's going to be even farther out here. Negative 250 is to the right of negative 375, so it's automatically going to be greater than. And the last page, it says to order these. I'm going to look at them real quick. Negative 101, negative 28, negative 52, 17, 1, negative 63, and negative 87. I have positive and negative numbers. So I'm going to throw one number that I know I can put in there, right there. Negative 101, that is going to be the farthest number away from 0. And because it's negative, it is to the left. I'm done with that one. Negative 28, negative 52, negative 63, negative 87. I'm going to do these two positives real quick. 1 would be about right there. 17 would be about right there. Those are the easy ones. Now we got to figure out these. Which one's going to be closest to negative 101? Not this one, not this one. It's going to be negative 87. That one's done. Well, which one's going to be closest to negative 87? Negative 63. What would be closest to negative 63? Oh, there it is, negative 52. And last but not least, I got negative 28. That is going to fall in between 0 and negative 52. Yeah, it got pretty busy there, but I can now order them how I need to. Make sure you come and see Coach McLean if you have any questions during Lunch Bunch. Hope this helped.